we can breathe again. Hi, we're Mercury, and we're here today to talk about lots of things. But if you don't listen to anything else we say, just remember hashtag Maloof Foundation Summit. Yes, that's hashtag Maloof Foundation Summit, and that is spelled, one second, MALOUFFOUNDATIONSUMMIT. We don't know how to put the stuff up. There's too many lights. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much for us. All we want to do is end all trafficking. Honestly, that is our only goal. And yet, it seems so hard and so unobtainium. But we do believe in sharing also our artwork. We're not good at this. We honestly hate making YouTube videos, and not even just YouTube videos. This could be any kind of video. It doesn't have to just be YouTube. It could be WeTube, because we're we, you know. Anyway, we unfortunately have been called to unite all people. And unfortunately for us, that also includes uniting these electronic peoples. It's weird. Where are you? Why aren't you paying attention to me, to we? Anyway, so we took some notes, all right, about the Maloof Foundation Summit, because obviously you're not going to watch it, because if you did, you would already be doing what we're doing, trying to promote them, and other people like us who are trying to end trafficking and stop traffickers, you know, because it's bad. We've talked about this. Anyway, so the Maloof Foundation was founded by Sam and Casey Maloof in 2016. They had some kind of product, we weren't paying attention, but they've created a summit for people to actually talk about ending trafficking. Like, whoa, the first people to ever try. Like, literally. And we were one of the first, so when we were watching, there was 77 or, no, it was 88 people watching when we were watching live. And that was it. Literally, the first time anyone tries to come together and end trafficking, okay, yeah, Trump's been trying to do it too, but a lot of people have. But, it's just really sad that Maloof, who's, really working towards doing good stuff, is being unrecognized, you know, and that's how we know we can trust them, is because they don't have a lot of followers. And also, you know, we trust ourselves enough to know who is like us and who is not like us. We're getting real good at knowing who is trustworthy and who is not trustworthy. And you should get better at that too. We all should, really. Anyway, so first up on the panel, we also want to give a shout out to the moderator for the questions, Lan Hee Chen. He was absolutely, see, don't like doing this symbol too much. Maybe if we do it anyway. Lan Hee Chen, right? Lan Hee Chen was a wonderful moderator. He asked really great, pertinent questions for our ambassador, O'Brien Robert. And we came up with the hashtag, well, we don't know if we came up with it, but we used the hashtag ambassador Rob Ryan. It doesn't matter. Anyway, he is amazing. He's a formal national security advisor. He believes, like we do, in prevention, protection for survivals, prosecution of traffickers, and partnership with foreign governments. And that's a key one, right? Partnership with foreign governments. Because if we're gonna stop all trafficking, we have to partner with our foreign governments. But what's difficult about that, and which he pointed out, is that some governments are involved in slave labor. And okay, they may technically be we're not involved in slave labor, but they are. Like China and the Uyghur people. The Uyghurs are literally slaves. And Nike also gets their stuff from them, along with several other clothing manufacturers and a bunch of other people. They get products from these Uyghur people who are slaves in China. Okay? This is just the truth. Anyway, check them out if you don't know. It's a horrible thing what's going on with the Uyghur people. And we have to put trafficking in a global context was something else that he said, along with that it is a moral issue. We need to be focused on that, right? If everyone's so focused on morality and feeling that our moral rights are important and that we need to be thinking about morality, then we need to make this a moral issue, because it is. Trafficking, abuse is a moral issue that we should all be standing behind. Slave labor, companies use slave labor, we already did that. Cancel UN. Oh, United Nations. Ha! We should cancel the United Nations because they are united under one thing, the New World Order, which is slavery. New World Order, when you see NWO, means slavery. New World Order. It's not good. United Nations aren't anything but united. Well, actually they are. They're united against all of us, and that's who they are. Oh yeah, because they won't move against trafficking. Why? You know, we actually have a friend, Lucia Kaiser, who actually won an award from the UN for her work in trafficking. But anyway, for some reason the UN still doesn't make moves against trafficking. So maybe they're willing to prop some people up under the guise, right? Because they want to trick us all into thinking they're doing good things. Not everyone is doing the good things they say. Look at Mother Teresa. You know, we thought Mother Teresa was this wonderful, beautiful philanthropist who saved the children. She didn't save no children. She trafficked children. Mother Teresa was a trafficker. And some people still praise her. In fact, we found this woman who supposedly has helped rescue 18,000 women from trafficking and children, but mostly women. And we found it really interesting because she also came from poverty, and this was also in India, where we used to live for a time. And shout out to all our children in India. We love you. Anyway, so, you know, a lot of people claim that they're doing good and they're helping people, and then oftentimes they're not. Right, so we called into question this woman because she specifically cited Mother Teresa as her inspiration. Could be innocent. She may not know, and it's very possible she doesn't. But we did ask a follow-up question of like, we hope that she's doing and we support what she's doing, but we would like to know what's going on with those 18K women. We want to know where they are now, because we need to hold people accountable and making sure that they say they're doing what they're saying. It's also why we believe Maloof Foundation is doing what they're doing, because again, we feel it in our heart, you know, in our God's eye. Right, so who are our trusted providers, right? Who can we trust? Who deserves our trust? Who do we trust? These are all great questions. Then there was survivor leadership and oh my gosh. Okay, so then we have shout out to moderate. So next up, because we're moving on. We've got a lot going on. So moderated by Heather Fisher, Julie White. Okay, so it was moderated by Heather Fisher. She was fantastic. She asked a lot of great questions. There was 3 survivors that talked, which was Julie Whitehead, Coco Berthman, Elizabeth Frazier, all amazing, amazing people. Learned so much about them. Sorry, we're trying to like, we don't have to apologize. You know, we're talking about trafficking, and it's powerful and it's emotional and it means a lot to us, and it's hard for us to sometimes speak on it because it is something that's very impactful in our life. You know, it's changed us fundamentally, trafficking. You know, we are survivors just like everyone else. You know, we all are survivors to abuse and all kinds of things. So, don't want to focus on all that. What we do want to focus on is the Trafficking Survivors Relief Act. So our government, right, lovely government who claims they want to help us, we didn't even get a vote. The Trafficking Survivors Relief Act, they wouldn't even vote on it. Why? Why won't they help survivors of trafficking? Why don't they care about kids in cages? Why don't they care about the abuse? It's because it's easy, because they're all involved in the abuse. They're either complicit to the abuse or they themselves are abusers. Now, we don't blame anyone. Like, this is a cycle of abuse. This is a cycle created a long time before any of us were even born. So we can't blame them, but we can hold them accountable for the actions that they've made and the choices that they've made. We all make our choices, and holding people accountable for their choices is important. It is the most important, which is why we believe that in 2021, there should be a vote, and everyone should be screaming from the rafters that hashtag Trafficking Survivors Relief Act, or hashtag TSRA, we'll get it eventually, hashtag TSRA 2021. We want this to happen this year, and we want this to be a micro bill, right? The only thing in this bill is relief for survivors of trafficking. Anything else, we don't want it. We don't want your money. We don't want your money laundering. We don't want your lobbyist. We don't want your dirty money. We want the relief you owe us, because we're tired of living under your thumb. We're ready to end all trafficking, and you got to get on board with it. Because if you're not, then you're getting in our way, and we're, okay. Be kind, not passive. Hashtag be kind, not passive. We're moving on. Oh, now we're just getting into a whole bunch of different hashtags. Be a safe place, educate ourselves, educate others, blah, blah, blah. We got kind of lost in thought, you know. Aftercare centers. This is another really important thing that we need to start focusing on and putting some attention into, is aftercare centers for survivors. There is not a whole lot of support. Surprise, surprise. Not legit support, at least. There's a lot of fake support out there. But finding true support is hard. So aftercare centers, and again, Maloof Foundation, they'll be able to like point you in some directions. And the USA, guess what? We're #1 in trafficking again. Used to be China, but now we're back to #1. Thanks, Joe. You made us #1 in one thing, trafficking children. Yeah. He's not even running things. Neither is Kamala. I mean, she's just a puppet too. But the real people, man. Yeah, so we need to remember to be resilient. We're doing a message of hope, awareness. They had a standing ovation for the people that were in there. It was amazing. Like the power, those girls, women, not girls, those women told our story, right? Of abuse, of trauma, and they did it bravely and courageously, and they deserve our attention. And then there was Senator Mike Lee, who was moderated again by Lan He-Chin, and he wants to take a more bipartisan approach to domestic policy. He was the one that came up with the whole micro bill things. We really liked the whole micro bill things, and why we only want for the Trafficking Survivor Relief Act 2021, got it, to be a micro bill, to be solely focused on that one issue. Then there was John Curtis, Burgess Owens, some other influential leaders. And then there was Elizabeth Smart and Deandra Brown. We want a special shout out, and it was moderated by Missy Larson. Larson, we think. Man, Elizabeth Smart and Deandra Brown, there's also some really incredible women who you should really pay attention to. The hashtag We Believe You campaign, there we go again. Spot on, though. Spot on. Yeah. And that's kind of about it. We're running out of time. Oh, we wanted to show you one more thing before we go. Okay. This is our symbol. It means a lot to us. Others who understand the symbol and know it, feel free to reach out. Comment below. Share if you want, but most importantly, remember hashtag Maloof Foundation Summit and get involved, because trafficking is a global issue. It is a moral issue. It is something that has to be done today, not tomorrow. Procrastination is over. And as always, we love you. We're Mercury, and have Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, all.